Γεια σας! Το επόμενο βίντεο σας το προσφέρει η Τίνα Αμίνη, Director της MedTech Combinations. Ελπίζουμε να το βρείτε ενημερωτικό. Εάν θα θέλατε περισσότερες πληροφορίες, επικοινωνήστε μαζί μας στο παρακάτω email.
The topic for today is the regulatory pathway for the combination products under the EU MDR. Combinations of medicines and devices are common, but there is no combination product classification in EU. It is important to define the correct classification of the combination product, as in the European Union, combination products are regulated as either medicinal products or medical devices. The objectives of this talk is to define the correct regulatory pathway for combination products in EU, determine the certification process for single integral drug-device combinations which are regulated as medical devices, and finally understand the impact of Article 117 of EU MDR on single integral drug-device combinations which are regulated as medicinal products. In order to define the correct regulatory pathway for the combination product, it is important to define its primary mode of action. If the primary mode of action is achieved by physical, simple chemical, or digital, then that product is medical device. However, if the primary intended purpose is achieved by pharmacological, metabolic, or immunologicals, then that combination will be regulated as medicinal product. We're now going to talk about single integral drug-device combinations that are regulated as a medical device. These are devices with ancillary medicinal substances. MDR Annex 8, Rule 14, is the rule applicable to such products. Rule 14 states all devices incorporating as an integral part a substance which, if used separately, can be considered to be a medicinal product, including a medicinal product derived from human blood or human plasma, and that has action ancillary to that of the device, are classified as Class 3, the highest risk devices. Remember that the term liability to act is omitted from the text of Rule 14. Let's have a look at the certification process for such devices, for devices with ancillary medicinal substance. The first step, the manufacturer must lodge an application to a notified body. The notified body will conduct the assessment of the quality management system, QMS, and the technical documentation for the device. They then prepare usefulness report on the ancillary medicinal substance. As part of the certification process, notified bodies are obliged to seek scientific opinion from the EU competent authorities or EMA on the quality, safety, and benefit risk of the incorporated medicinal substance into the device. And remember that if this ancillary medicinal substance is from human blood or plasma derivatives, or a medicinal product that falls exclusively within the scope of the Annex to Regulation number 726/2004, the notified body must seek the opinion of the EMA, not an EU competent authority. The whole process for this consultation takes 210 days, plus clock starts and clock stops. The clock stops when the set of questions are raised by the competent authorities, and the clock starts when they receive the responses. Remember that this consultation is between notified body and the competent authorities. If the notified body receives a positive opinion, then they will take this positive opinion into account, and then they finally make the decision after all the processes have been completed. However, if they receive a negative opinion from EMA or competent authorities, the notified body is not allowed to certify the devices. Now let's have a look at the impact of EU MDR on combination products, single integral drug-device combinations that are regulated as medicinal product. Article 117 of MDR is a small article with huge impact. In brief, Article 117 is amending the Medicinal Product Directive. It states that the marketing authorization dossier for a single integral drug-device combination should include the results of conformity assessment of the device part or notified body certificate, which is the CE marking, in addition to the declaration of the conformity. If such documents are not available, then the marketing authorization applicant should include notified body opinion on the device aspect. So in brief, that means if the device part is not CE marked, then the pharma or biotech must interact with the notified body, obtain the notified body opinion report on the device aspect, and then include that one inside the marketing authorization application and then submit to the medicine agency or EMA. In summary, to meet the objectives of defining the correct regulatory pathway, the correct method is to demonstrate the primary mode of action scientifically and define the intended purpose. This would allow you to correctly identify the regulatory pathway and the relevant requirements. To meet the objective of the certification process for single integral drug device combinations regulated as a medical device, don't forget to prepare a standalone technical documentation covering the medicinal substance itself and as incorporated in the device, ensuring the usefulness of the ancillary medicinal substance is demonstrated. This would allow a consultation between notified body and competent authorities and EMA, which will conclude with a positive opinion received from competent authority and EMA on ancillary medicinal substance, allowing CE certification process. And finally, to meet the objective of the Article 117, ensure that if the device part of the single integral drug device combination, which is regulated as a medicinal product, is not CE marked, you identify all relevant or applicable general safety performance requirements, which are captured in Annex 1 of EU MDR. You prepare evidence of conformity, and then you obtain a notified body opinion on the device part. This would allow you to obtain positive notified body opinion report in support of the marketing authorization of single integral drug device combination, which is regulated as a medicinal product. Thank you very much.